Most men overlook one important detail, even though it carries far more weight than they realize. Interestingly, it's something women often value silently, even if they rarely express it openly. Does that make you curious? Think about it for a moment. You've probably seen men who seem to have everything: good looks, confidence, even financial and social success, and yet they still struggle to build deep and genuine connections with women. Something doesn't quite fit, and they can't understand what it is. The truth is, attraction isn't built only on appearance, money, or status. Chapter 2. How does love evolve with age? Many men fail to notice the small and subtle behaviors that leave a lasting impression. It's not about obvious or flashy gestures, but quiet yet powerful actions that often go unnoticed and still deeply influence what a woman ends up feeling for you. In this video, I'm going to reveal some of those hidden desires many women experience, but rarely express openly. These are not the typical dating tips you hear everywhere. They're based on principles of psychology and human behavior patterns that have stood the test of time. When understood correctly, they can completely transform the way a woman sees you. Now imagine this for a moment. What if you could connect with a woman on a level that even she doesn't fully understand? What if you could stand out naturally without chasing her, over-explaining yourself, or constantly trying to prove your worth? Simply by knowing how to make her feel safe, valued, and emotionally understood, that alone would place you far ahead of most men. Chapter 3. The Psychology of the Mature Man. Here's the uncomfortable truth. If you don't understand these deeper principles, you're already at a disadvantage. You could lose an attraction that had the potential to become something meaningful. You could let go of a connection that would have stayed in her mind long after your absence. That's why understanding this is so important. And once these ideas truly sink in, especially the last one, your view of attraction and relationships will never be the same. Before we continue, a quick request. If you genuinely want to learn and apply these ideas in your life, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to Inside Her Heart, and turn on notifications. It may seem like a small gesture, but it has a bigger impact than you might think. Your support helps continue creating content that can change your perspective on relationships and human connection. Now let's move on to the first idea, something most men underestimate: the silent impact of physical touch before intimacy. Imagine you're on a date. The atmosphere feels good, the conversation flows naturally, and both of you are laughing and enjoying the moment. Yet deep down, something still feels slightly off. She's present and paying attention, but she doesn't fully open up. Then you walk her home, send her a message afterward, and nothing. Silence. This is the point where many men unknowingly lose momentum. They assume attraction is built only through words. They focus on being funny, telling interesting stories, or impressing her with what they say. But the truth is different. Women don't connect only through conversation. They connect through emotions, through the energy you project, and most importantly, through how they feel when they're around you. One of the most overlooked ways to create that feeling is subtle and intentional physical touch. Not something rushed or needy, and definitely not forced. It should feel natural, respectful, and spontaneous. Even the smallest gesture, when it comes from genuine intention, can completely transform the connection. A light touch on the shoulder, a slow and warm hug, or a gentle gesture at the right moment. These small details change the emotional tone between you. These actions communicate more than words ever could. For many women, emotional safety matters more than physical attraction. Non-sexual physical touch sends a clear message without saying a word: respect for her space, calmness, and confidence. It allows her to relax around you, and that comfort is exactly what opens the door to real intimacy. This isn't about using perfect techniques or playing a role. It's about being present, moving calmly, and paying attention to her reactions. When you create an environment where she feels valued instead of pressured, everything begins to flow naturally. The men who truly stand out don't try to rush or control these moments. They allow things to unfold at their own pace. Sigh. They remain calm, centered, and aware of the situation. They understand that genuine connection grows in an environment where calmness and comfort are present. When you carry yourself with that kind of calmness and intention, you become someone she feels safe with, someone who attracts naturally without chasing or forcing anything. What's most interesting is that this works on a level most people aren't even aware of. When a woman feels emotionally safe with you, she naturally lets her guard down without you needing to convince her of anything. That feeling isn't built through grand gestures, but through consistency and small respectful actions. Your posture, the way you listen, the way you respond to her energy, all of it matters. Intentional physical touch, when it happens naturally, reinforces that emotional safety. It communicates confidence without aggression and interest without pressure. The key is awareness. Pay attention to how she responds, whether she moves closer, relaxes, or pulls away. Respecting those signals is what separates a man who understands connection from one who's simply trying to impress. Patience is also essential. Many men rush because they're afraid of losing the moment, but real attraction appears when there's no hurry. When you take your time and stay present, you allow genuine feelings to grow. That's what makes the connection feel real, memorable, and different from what she usually experiences. Another essential aspect is emotional awareness. Many men focus only on what they do, but real connection comes from understanding what she's feeling in each moment. When you stay attentive, you notice subtle shifts in her mood, body language, and energy. That allows you to respond naturally without forcing or guessing. That level of sensitivity makes your presence feel steady and calming, which is rare. It's also important to understand that moderation is attractive. Not reacting impulsively, not rushing physical closeness, and not trying to force the situation creates a sense of control and confidence. When your actions are calm and intentional, they feel authentic. They show that you're not acting from neediness, but from clarity and self-control. Over time, these small moments build trust. Trust turns into comfort, and comfort opens the door to deeper attraction. When a woman feels she can relax around you without pressure, she begins to associate you with emotional stability. And that feeling stays with her even after you are gone, making your presence have a much greater impact than any words you could have said.